Right, so do we just drop Monoco here?
Haven't been here in a while.
The sacred river. Let's make haste. I don't want her to spot us.
Monoco!
Oh, why is she here?
Eso que me abano for me lazy Kelly warrior.
Oh, right, there's a fucking line apparently. Lol, I didn't see any line anywhere. Did you?
How did you even know I was here?
Nar un poquito bemido. Non è che tal de otro continente.
Okay, best answer I have heard so far.
Fair point.
Lukito menaru. Naru desejestraro. Rico femicora nisu.
It's a stupid rule. We should just bring them all back now.
Sorimoto priva caos. Pomocoriza magistraro puricono. Plus, como pumiquira. Si tu rompe fosse de baby gestraro?
You leave me no choice then.
Oh no. Think twice, Monoco.
I've already fought her and beaten her with an expeditioner and with Monoco.
I have already thought about it thrice. Golgra, I demand a trial by combat.
Tu poquito rero.
Do I have to participate?
Please help me.
For Noco then.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Cubarico femi.
Please help me.
Your turn to shine.
It's a good thing that I fucking know her moves perfectly, huh? Lol.
Let's carve a path.
Crazy. Comes back full circle.
Here we go.
Of the A rank.
It likes you.
Are you just gonna do that? Good for you, I think.
Cut him down.
How much can a man hurt?
Here we go.
Ah, what to choose?
Incoming.
That is a combo that I don't know well enough.
Just try it.
This second base just generally though. Problem. Dead. Clap.
Bibo, tu come fai tu? Un passani di squad sessione. Che leg day.
Oh, come on. You're just afraid of losing.
Monoco, please, shut up.
Che gadi da imperten mese. Pure come a wira, Monoco. Bano, che robani.
I won't say thank you. Thank you.
Who was he saying thank you to? I won't say thank you. And then he's like, thank you. Also, Golgra is still literally standing right there. She's still posing there butt naked.
Monoco?
Oh, it's so good to hear your voice.
Hey, Noko. How's my favorite merchant?
Golgra.
Yeah, this is not our same Monoco, is it?
Golgra? Are you crying?
Teno.
Huh?
Namerome?
Not yet, I'm afraid. We have a mission. Do you remember our expeditioner friends?
Huh?
They'll be happy to see you. They were very worried. Come, let's go back to camp. We found many treasures for you to trade.
Marotura Noko tu villaggio. Noko gani biva. Noko? Mi borona che na villaggio?
But I'm Noko's guardian.
I know you want to keep Noko by your side, but it's safer there. You'll see Noko when we get back to the village.
Wait for me. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Vive to bosira.
You'll be fine. Better than with you, that's for sure.
That he will be. Thanks for helping. I never understood how Golgra got so freakishly strong.
I could take Golgra by myself.
Maybe.
I will never show you weakness ever again.
Come on. Let's get back to camp.
Man, I do have to say something about this game that I have already said previously as well, but this game's wittiness and the risks that it takes when it comes to how it presents these story events is something super refreshing to see. Like, even on some other, like, AA games, you know, I don't see as, you know, I don't see as many expressive liberties that those games use as this game uses. Like, this game is truly treated very special by the people who made it. It's so obvious to see.
You okay?
God, I'm fucking tired apparently. Staying up during the night is not good.
At least Noko is safe and can begin readjusting.
Every time he returns, he is slightly changed. I mourn the loss of who he was before. But he's still there. My old mentor.
You know, is Monoco immortal? Monoco is not like, you know, it is stated earlier by Clair at the Monolith Year 49 flashback that Aline made the painted family immortal inside the painting. But the painted family does not seem to include Noko as well as Monoco. Or at least I don't think that it does. So Monoco is actually not immortal. He's just somehow still kicking. And he has never stated that he has died in this, in his existence, and he's had to come back the same way as Noko did there.
Thank you, my friend.
And if he would have, then he would feel different about Verso. But every time when Verso and Monoco are on the screen at the same time, Monoco is always acting the way that, or in a way that basically oozes the idea that they have known each other literally forever, you know? Or like at least a century or centuries, you know? I didn't play this yet. Ah, this track. This track is amazing too. But I really fucking hope that this game wins as many prizes in all of these commemorative events as possible, or celebratory events this year. I really do. I think if I was either different myself, or if the balancing during this late game sections was different, then I think this game would continue to be amazing as of right now. I'm never gonna get a max weapon.
So, Howie, you're really in Golgra. Well,
We need to go back to the village, unless we fast travel there right now when we are talking. It's possible.
Noko always said that he didn't mind waiting in the queue. Why were you so adamant about bringing him back sooner?
there was never supposed to be a queue. Verso wanted us to experience the excitement of new beginnings. He gave us the gift of the river. Why shouldn't we use it? Noko found me after the fracture. Noko raised me, taught me, protected me. It's my turn to protect him. That's how it works.
Wait, he wasn't kidding when he said some of my old mentor is still there. What? I thought that dialogue was something I didn't take that serious, but so it was the other way around. So Noko was actually the older brother, the guardian of Monoco, and then it's just somehow flipped somewhere. Maybe it flipped because Noko was the one who, you know, kept dying from time to time, so he lost his memories, you know. And Monoco is the person, the original version of Monoco that was tutored by Noko from the very beginning.
He took care of me. Now I take care of him. Except I can't.
Because of me.
I know why you're doing this. And I know how it might end. I'm not gambling on tomorrow.
Monoco. Why help me then, if...
For Verso. And for you.
My friend.
Verso gave us many new beginnings. He would have wanted a new beginning for you too. You deserve a new beginning. If you want one. Every one of us does. Now come over here and let's snuggle.
I'm going to take a walk, can't sleep.
Little spoon.
No.
Obviously.
That's insane. Dude. Even for somebody like me, who likes like strongly like serious and emotional stories that take themselves seriously, when I actually understand the like background workings of how the world of this game works, like it's like interdimensional like story, you know, being like two different worlds where we are, that helps me cope and understand and like the characters in this world so much more. Because like before, remember how before like in somewhere in like Act 1 and you know at the start of Act 2 or something, I was so like distasteful, I guess, towards the Gestrals as well as the Grandises and the SQA, and you know how like you see in traditional storytelling, without knowing much anything about the game besides what the game shows you, so you know, without being spoiled and just following the story, you start the game so serious with this this like cycle of death of life and death and struggle and this pain that these Lumierans have to go through each year when the Commage takes place in, and they don't understand as to why this happens, and therefore their world feels completely hopeless because of this. And then there's the opening, how unbelievably like emotional it makes you immediately with how much the characters like grab you at the start of the game, which is one of the best things I have ever seen in a game. Still is. So when you go from that into seeing characters like the Gestrals, the Grandises, the SQA, how the story becomes so much more lighthearted, but at the same time, the actual like story beats that happen, the very important moments, are incredibly emotional and very serious still. And this game also delves in super serious like subject matter with like, you know, people's emotions and their like how like the associations to like, you know, certain different people impacts the way you feel about you know, grieving or the feeling of that. And despite all of that, especially now that I understand the, you know, the world outside of this game, as well as why the characters in this painted world exist the way they do, it does not take off anymore from the story for me. Like, this actually is something that not only I can tolerate, but I actually like it now. And I couldn't say the same when, you know, when we were still going through like the Act 1 to like Act 2 before we, you know, understand who Mile is and, you know, what this world is. But yeah, this game's premise, I guess we could say, as well as the world building, the characters, the world itself, the character dialogue, the characters' interactions with each other, some of the best things I have ever seen in a video game, seriously. Like, it's... Why am I getting emotional? Wow. That is It's a really good game, okay? It's a really damn good game, yep. I really just wish that the combat was something different for me. The novelty of this game's combat and the balancing of this late game is the main things that are ruining the game for me. Everything else about this game though, I wouldn't change probably much of anything with what we have here. It's incredibly good. Deals extreme single target damage, one hit uses weapons element, feels the target break bar and breaks it. Holy shit. Still missing some enemies here, I may have just misspeed on some enemies too. Like this enemy here, like what is this? Actually, you know what, there's the underwater areas that we are able to get to with SQ, so that might explain some of that too. You know, I was thinking off stream about like, you know, like I like to rate games nowadays. Like, there was no reason for me to like, you know, rate games on some imaginary list that you know, how I value every game that I have played in the past. I just did it mainly for fun, and I still do it mainly for fun. But I was really torn with where to put this game. Like, it's either at the very top of the, you know, great game list. You can see it on the description of the stream as well. I was gonna put this game on the very top of that, or I was gonna put it at the very last of the best games I have ever played list. I think this game probably deserves to be on the best games I have ever played list more. I simply think if I was different as a person playing a game like this, let's think like logically here. What is the issue here with the late game balancing? Everything one-shots me, everything has a fuck ton of health, and I have to optimize my damage damn near perfectly in order for me to feel like I do good damage. Now, why is this an issue here? Well, if the enemies one-shot me and I do not do enough, you know, damage myself, that's an issue, because I have to literally play perfect every fight, and that's incredibly stressful and gets very annoying. Okay, so how do we solve that? Well, playing with, like, you know, shells, playing with, like, you know, shields, applying some rush on my allies so that we get our turns faster, maybe using, like, Loon to, like, slow enemies so that we get our turns more frequently. And, like, there's stuff I can do here with this game's combat that I'm not doing intentionally, because I don't have them. I extrinsically or extrinsically and intrinsically, I don't feel like I have the enthusiasm to experiment in this game anymore. And that is partly because of the game's fault for me, but it's also because of, you know, the kind of person that I am. I think maybe turn-based games are just not something that are just for me in the long run. Because, like, I could be using, like, pictos that give me, like, massive defense right now instead of optimizing my damage output only, so that everything wouldn't just outright one-shot me immediately on one go. But The reasons to why I'm not doing that kind of experimentation is because I have given up on this game's combat. Because I know that even if I do that, I don't think that I'm able to feel fulfillment from optimizing, you know, my gameplay further or testing new stuff in this game's combat. Like, I tested that enough in the early and the early mid game, and there was some kind of plateau point that I hit at a certain point where I felt like, you know, I couldn't, you know, this couldn't feel any better anymore. And then I kind of like, you know, plateaued, and I didn't, you know, try anything more anymore. And that's where I'm basically been at this entire time, up to this point. The novelty has very much fallen off. But I think, again, if I had a very different mindset playing this game, and if I was very much like truly enthusiastic about it, I think despite of how badly this late game is balanced, to be fully honest, I think this late game is badly balanced. Like if I was just using like very defensive Pictos, if I was using some shields, some shell passive effects that, you know, decrease the damage I take for one round or whatever, you know, that kind of stuff, so that I can tank, you know, one hit at least from some enemies without everything one-shotting me and stuff like that. Like, I think I would feel a bit different about this game's combat, but I can't bother making myself do that because I know that the fulfillment that I get from it is not satisfying enough anymore. Because the novelty of the novelty and the intrigue from this game's combat has simply just fallen off for me. It really has. So like, regardless of how much I try right now, I feel like I would not be able to make it fun for me anymore. And there's nothing exactly wrong with that. Like, I have already stated before, I like this game a lot. I do. I would be lying absolutely if I said that I don't love this game. I do love this game. It's literally just the combat novelty. Oh yeah, I can't see the gradient effect from there again. Well, we have all of them. Okay, let's go to some points of interest.
Flashing through the sky.